Well, Ashton Kutcher, he wants to educate people instead of canceling people who say all lives matter. So some fans criticize the actor for posting a black square in support of the Black Lives Matter movement on Instagram. Ashton then posted a video saying people need to be educated on the issue. Let's take a look.
I think what folks that are writing all lives matter need to understand is that for some people, Black lives don't matter at all. So for us, Black lives matter.
Wow, that's interesting. I want to get your take, Al, on this. Also, all lives matter. If someone says that to you, I'm always like, yeah, but not all lives are treated equally. Black lives are in danger. That's why Black lives matter right now. How do you feel when someone says all lives matter?
Tori, I saw this woman on TikTok, ironically, that explained it so well, and I'll try and paraphrase it as briefly as I can, but she said basically, if you picture a bunch of people sitting around about to eat, and there's a black guy sitting in there, and everybody gets a plate of food, and the black guy doesn't get a food, and doesn't get any food, and he says, I'm hungry, and everybody says, well, we're all hungry. And it's like, yes, but I want to eat. And as they continue to eat, they're saying, well, everybody wants to eat. It's like, yes, but one person is clearly at a disadvantage there. One person clearly does not have what other people have. So to not see that, at this point, I have to take it as a conscious effort.
Yeah.
And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. You're entitled to feel like that, but own it. Don't just hide behind that phrase.
As Erica Cobb says, be overt, not covert. Again, Steph, when you say all lives matter, do you agree with Al that at this point in 2020, with the protests, you know what you're saying when you say all lives matter, that you don't care as much, or that you're saying something consciously? What do you think about that?
Again, I think it depends on the individual, but I think right now with the amount of publicity, the amount of sharing, the amount that we're all openly discussing this, I would like to think that people know better. And if not, if they can listen to people like Ashton, or just read, or just take a bit of time, if they're not sure, to understand what people are saying, what hashtags people are using, and the reasons behind them, it's really not that difficult. And like you mentioned earlier, some people, maybe they're not that newsy, they don't have interest in the news, but you know what? Everyone's got Instagram, and right now that's a platform in which a lot of people are getting their news by looking at their influencers or people that they admire, and they're clearly going out there and they're expressing their views and their opinions. So I feel like right now there isn't really an excuse. I hope that people educate themselves and they understand the reasons as to why, because right now us helping black people in any way we can is where we need to go right now. This is where the train is headed, and we all need to be together on that.
Wow, Steph is so much nicer about it than I would be. If someone said all lives matter, I'm like, wow, we are not on the same page. But I appreciate your diplomatic and tactful response. Mine would not be. This is speaking as white people. How many times do we check our privilege?